Alright, let's just proceed. I think I can move this out a bit more. Because we do have a lot of space here we're just not using. You know? Let's use this as our guide, because this is the... Yeah, that's pretty good, I think. Maybe a little bit more. This one's our guide. Alright. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Oh, did I explain what this is? Oops. So we're doing... Hang on, wait, no. Let's just go here. No chat. I need you to go away for a moment because I need to explain this. Okay, we're going to ignore this for a moment. What if I put this on? Will that be better? Not really. What if I put this on? Is that better? A little bit. All right, we'll vibe with that. We'll vibe with it. So, what this is, we're rounding up all of, well, what this is, we're rounding up a bunch of different Pokemon for gym leaders, Elite Four, and other notable trainers in the Pokemon universe, generation by generation. Each generation is its own Hunger Games, has its own Hunger Games. Yeah. Basically, I took some Pokemon that kind of fit. I didn't want to have too many repeats, so I took a bit of a... I was a little bit liberal in how I chose some of the Pokemon. Most of them are teams they've used in a game, trying to avoid duplicates. Here we go, gamers. Boom. Ahem. As the tributes stand on the podium, the horn sounds. Sabrina's Mr. Mime runs away from the cornucopia. Agatha's Haunter snatches a pair of size. That's fucking sick, though. Haunter with size. Fan art it. Let's go. Erica's Tangler runs away from the cornucopia. I need to, like, be careful of what I'm reading, because I know that you can't see it. All the way down. Blaine's Magma runs away from the cornucopia. Bruno's Machamp sits on off an explosive. Oh my god. Sits on an explosive this soon? Killing Lorelei's Jinx, Koga's Muck, and Brock's Geodude. Just like that. Bruno of the Elite Four has 3 kills to his name. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu runs away from the cornucopia. Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Blaine's Arcanine runs away from the cornucopia. Maybe I'll just like skip some of the stuff that's like repetitive because it's just like, you know, it's the same deal. Lance's Gyarados and Misty's Golduck fight for a bag. Misty's Golduck gives up and retreats. That's fair. Golduck ain't no match for a Gyarados. Misty's Starmie finds a backpack full of camping equipment. How is Starmie going to use that camping equipment? That's what I want to know. I want to see that. Giovanni's Rhyhorn, Lorelei's Lapras, Koga's Wheezing get into a fight. Lorelei's Lapras triumphantly kills them both. The Elite Four is making some moves in this Hunger Games, boys and girls. Oops. Erica's Vileplume runs away from the cornucopia. Agatha's Gengar takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Serena's Alakazam runs away from the cornucopia. Runs away. Okay, we're getting it. You can't see that down the bottom there, which is going to be a problem. It's also going to be a problem for me editing, because if I change the scene now, but oh well. I'll deal with it, I guess. Giovanni's Nidoking grabs a sword. Proceed, please. Misty Stormy picks flowers. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu attacks Lance's Gyarados, but he manages to escape. Going for the type effectiveness there, I like it. This is a smart Raichu. This man definitely fought in a war. Ooh. No one hydrated me, but I need to drink. All right. What are we doing? Where are we? Lance's Dragonite ambushes Brox's Onix and kills her. Her? All right. Okay. Lowlight's Lapras goes hunting. Blaine's Arcanine stalks Giovanni's Nidoking. Agatha's Haunter fishes. Just like... That's a really cute... That's a really cute image. Bruno's Onix stalks Erica's Varplume. Agatha's Gengar runs away from Erica's Tangela. Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz constructs a shack. I thought that says constructs a snack. Blaine's Magmar and Sabrina's Mr. Mime hunt for other tributes. Bruno's Machamp attacks Sabrina's Alakazam, but he manages to escape. Misty's Golduck travels to higher ground. Six cannon shots can be heard in the distance. So our deceased are Lorelei's Jinx, Koga's Muck, Brock's Geodude, Giovanni's Rhyhorn, Koga's Weezing, and Brox's Onyx's. Proceed. Lieutenant Raichu stays awake all night. Lance's Dragonite cooks food before putting his fire out. Sabrina's Mr. Mime is unable to convince Blaine's Magmar to not kill her. Oh my god. Is Sabrina's Mr. Mime actually female? I have to know. It's just like a canon female Mr. Mime. I mean, just the fact it's called Mr. Mime. Wow, it is. Yeah, Sabrina canonically has a female Mr. Mime. There you go. Bruno's Onix starts a fire, just banging its own rocks together. Just banging parts of its body together. Giovanni's Nidoking tends to Sabrina's Alakazam's wounds. Oh. Giovanni and Sabrina. I guess in the manga they were both team... They were... Let me try that again. I guess in the manga Sabrina did work for Team Rocket. So there is that. Lance's Gyarados fends Agatha's Haunter, Lorelei's Lapras, and Misty's Golduck away from his fire. It's such a stupid image in my head. Bruno's Machamp attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Blaine's Arcanine, Erica's Varplume, Misty's Starmie, Agatha's Gengar sleep in shifts. That is an interesting combination. I can't remember all of the gym leaders that work for Team Rocket in the anime. But Misty definitely would have been one. Agatha may have been. Although she's not a gym leader, but you know what I mean. Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz cooks his food before putting his fire out. Erica's Tangela accidentally steps on a landmine. Just bits of bush going up everywhere. Good lord. X's Gengar constructs a shack. Erica's Varplume camouflages herself in the bushes. Lance's Dragonite receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Sleeps through the day. Searches for a water source. Runs away. It's not a lot happening here. Lorelei's Lapras stalks Bruno's Machamp. Not the kind of guy I'd want to be stalking, but alright. If you insist. Giovanni's Nidoking makes a slingshot. Of all the things he's got a sword and a slingshot now? Dude, I don't think you need these weapons. You've got a horn. And you can make earthquakes happen. What are you going to do with the sword and the slingshot, buddy? 2 cannon shots heard in the distance. Mr. Mime and Tangela. R.I.P. Lieutenant Surge select plus 3 medical supplies for an unknown sponsor. Bruno's Onyx is still just banging his own body together, trying to start a fire. Lorelei's Lapras destroys Blaine's magma supplies while he is asleep. Sabrina's Alakazam shoots an arrow into Blaine's Arcanine's head. Oh my god! Just like telekinesis, boom! Straight through that poor Arcanine's head. That poor dog. That poor dog. Since his right attempts to start a fire, but he's unsuccessful. Yeah, you're not the other one. It's going around, I hear. All these non-fire Pokemon trying to start a fire. Lance's Gyarados, Agatha's Gengar, and Agatha's Haunter get into a fight. Lance's Gyarados triumphantly kills them both. Oh my god, Lance taking out both of Agatha's Pokemon right there. Let's go, Lance, my boy. Eric's Vileplume receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. This will be a secret tool to help us later, I expect. Giovanni's Nidoking tends to Misty Starmie's wounds. Lance's Dragonite sets off an explosive, killing Misty's Golduck and Bruno's Machamp. I imagine the Lance's Dragonite's explosive was just a Hyper Beam, just killing those dudes. Lance is really doing some work here. Lance is really a force to be reckoned with in this fight, and rightfully so, I would say. Lorelei's Lapras questions his sanity. Fair girl, fair. Gyarados receives medical supplies. Nidoking dies of thirst. Alakazam needs firewood. Drence's Lagonite is pricked by thorns while picking berries. He's okay. He's a Dragonite. What is a little prick gonna do to him? Blaine's Magmar defeats Bruno's Onyx in a fight, but spares his life. Are you sure that's what happened? I mean, a fire type going up against a rock ground type? Erica's Vileplume stalks Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz. You do have that resistance, that's fair. Misty Starmie thinks about home in the Pokeball, I suppose. Lieutenant Surge's right, you travels to higher ground. That's fair. Summon that lightning, boyo. 6 cannon shots in the distance for Blaine's Arcanine, Agatha's Gengar, Agatha's Haunter, Agatha out of the competition. Just in this round, Missy's Golduck, Bruno's Machamp, and Giovanni's Nidoking. Lorelei's Lapras loses sight of where she is. Lance's Dragonite goes to sleep. Blaine's Magmar receives fresh food from her sponsor. 5 for the night, 5 for the night. Medical. Bruno's Onyx cries himself to sleep. Oh my god. He just could not get that fire going. And he's really upset about it. And then his own tears kill him because he's 4 times weak to water. Misty Starmie tends to her wounds. Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz is awoken by nightmares. It's the residual effects of the Gengar and the Haunter, I expect. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu convinces Sabrina's Alakazam to not kill him, only to kill him instead. Lieutenant Surge with these underhanded tactics. If anything, I would expect that to be the other way around, where Sabrina's Pokemon are using the underhanded tactics. But let's... The Honorable Sergeant Man. I guess he's not a sergeant, he's a lieutenant. That's rude of me to say. The Honorable Lieutenant with these underhanded tactics. Lance's Dragonite scares Blaine's Magmar off. Fair. Bruno's Onyx runs away from Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz. Erica's Vileplume collects fruit from a tree. Just, like, plucking her and stuff. Misty Starmie diverts Lance's Gyarados' attention and runs away. Lorelei's Lapras camouflages herself in the bushes. I'm not picturing it too well. Okay. This is for future editing me. I'm picturing, like, let's go into Photoshop, let's put some bushes up, and let's just let's just have a Lapras, like, head sticking above the bushes. You're welcome, future me. Looking out for you, buddy. Boop. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance for Sabrina's Alakazam. Proceed. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu lets Lance's Gyarados into his shelter. Bruno's Onix is awoken by nightmares. Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz convinces Lorelei's Lapras to snuggle with him. I don't like where that's going. With an electric type and a water type. Erica's Vileplume sees a fire but stays hidden. That's fair. You're weak to fire. You gotta stay away. You are a plant. Misty Starmie receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Uh-oh. Blaine's Magma quietly hums. Lance's Gyarados receives an explosion from an unknown sponsor. Proceed. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute families. I imagine that's just their trainers. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, Lance's Gyarados gathers as much food as into a bag before he can get... Let's try that again. Lance's Gyarados gathers as much food into a bag as he can before fleeing. Lorelei's Lapras convinces Misty Starmie not to kill, and to kill her instead. Oof. Oof, Elite Four, pulling rank. Blaine's Magma decides not to go into the feast. Bruno's Onix shoots an arrow into Erica's Vileplume's head. How is he shooting an arrow? Just his horn? Pew! Yeah, okay. Alright, I see it. Lance's Gyarados decides not to go to the feast. Okay, interesting that Gyarados is scared. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu and Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz get into a fight over raw meat, but Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz gives up and runs away. This is what Gyarados was afraid of. Gyarados saw the two electric types fighting, was like, fuck that, I'm out. Just a little spark and I'm dead. Lorelei's Lapras fishes, that's very fair. Just bonking her head in. Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz travels to higher ground. Lance's Dragonite sprains his ankle while running away from Blaine's Magma. Bruno's Onix steals from Lance's Gyarados while he's looking. Raichu makes a slingshot. You can just projectile electricity, but okay. More power to you. Two cannon shots in distance. Misty Starmie, Erica's Vileplume. Out of the game. Bruno's Onix quietly hums. Lance's Gyarados convinces Blaine's Magma to snuggle with him. Again, it's always these ones with the type matchup that's not favorable that are snuggling up. But hey, I'm not here to judge. You do you, boo. Lance's Dragonite, Lieutenant Surge's Raichu, Lorelei's Lapras, and Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz. Lieutenant Surge still having a foothold in this game. Telling each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. They're just laughing at the Haunter and the Gengar that died. Those fucking idiots. One of them had size. Lance's Dragonite attends to Blaine's Magma's wounds. Interesting, interesting. Bruno's Onix, Lorelei's Lapras, and Lieutenant Surge's Raichu hunt for other tributes. Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Lance's Gyarados travels to higher ground. Alright, alright, alright. No cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Lance's Dragonite cries himself to sleep. Blaine's Magma quietly hums. Lorelei's Lapras, Bruno's Onix, Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz, and Lieutenant Surge's Raichu tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Lance's Gyarados receives an explosion from an explosive, not an explosion, but I guess, you know, in a way. Bruno's Onix receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. How is he using these things? Oh, excuse me. Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz, Blaine's Magma, and Lance's Dragonite get into a fight. Lance's Dragonite triumphantly kills them both. Here we go. Lancey boy racking up these kills. Lorelei's Lapras tends to Lance's Gyarados wounds. The Elite Four buddies over there sticking together. The Elite Four water types sticking together, in fact. Elite Four water types have some allegiance, I'm sure. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Two cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Dragonite receives medical supplies Lieutenant Surge's Raichu and Lorelei Lapras. What? Raichu tends to Lorelei Lapras' wounds. There we go. Bruno's Onyx traps Lance's Garanite. Trap. Oh, sorry. I thought it said trapped and killed him. Sorry. Bruno's Onyx. Bruno's Onyx's trap kills Lance's Gyarados. It was hard to say. It was a difficult one to get off. Proceed. Lorelei's Lapras fishes. Lance's Gyarados picks flowers. Lieutenant Surge's Raichu stalks Bruno's Onyx. You don't want to be near that Onyx, my guy. He's keeping an eye so he knows where not to go. Lance's Gyarados is out of there. Lorelei's Lapras kills Lieutenant Surge's Raichu with a sickle. Bruno's Onyx cooks food while putting his fire out. Lance's Dragonite dies of hypothermia. I really thought Lance was in with a chance. Hypothermia. I mean, he is 4 times weak to fuck. He is 4 times weak to ice. That's all I'm saying. Bruno's Onyx actually detonates a landmine while trying to aim it. Oh no, it's just rock chunks going everywhere. Raichu, Dragonite, Onyx all out. The winner is Lorelei's Lapras from District 9, otherwise known as the Elite Four. Well, it was still an Elite Four member that won the Kanto round. Which, you know, maybe there's some favoritism happening here. Who can say? I realized I was still recording there, and I should not have been. My B, homie. Alright. I think we're just gonna take just a quick break here. Oops. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. Break time. Okay. It's actually still not, because I'm scrolling all the way up there. I really like it. There we go. All right, 1 minute. Give me 1 second. I'll run some ads over on Twitch.